Hey, how are you? I am the Big Huge Nerd, and welcome to Dawn of Man. That's a new game. It's a new game, yo. Let's see. It is a survival slash city builder from the creators of Planetbase. It looks really interesting. You take control of the settlement of the first modern humans. You guide them through the ages in their struggle for survival. It takes you from the Stone Age to the Iron Age. I'm going to go through the tutorial. If the tutorial is nothing more than press WASD to move the camera around. You're just gonna skip it, okay? Okay. In the game you control a band of ancient humans striving for survival. This tutorial explains the basics. You can check the in-game help for more advanced direction. Oh, here we go. As I suspected. Move the camera using the WASD keys. Rotate the camera using the QE keys. Zoom the camera using the mouse wheel. Okay. Now you can pivot the camera around the point by rotating and panning at the same time. You can check out the more advanced version. Pardon. How do you pivot? Nah. One of the more predictable sources of food is fish from rivers and lakes. To send the people to fish, select the river, then click on the fish button. And just... Okay. In general, you can assign tasks to your people by selecting objects like trees, rivers, animal structures. Then choosing one of the options in the selection panel. How do you... Next you should be gathering some basic construction and crafting materials like sticks and flint. Can I not... Oh, I wish I could move the camera up and down. I mean, not zoom in and out, but pivot it up and down. So you click the sticks to gather. Probably gonna explain that later. There's a wild horse here. It's an old female. Wait for your people to get one unit of raw fish, sticks, and flint. Use button or press 4. So it's very banished looking. You now know how to assign tasks to your people. This is a good way of micromanaging them. Too much micromanagement is tedious and inefficient. The work areas are a way to give general commands to your settlement that people will perform continuously. You can specify a location and a resource limit and the max number of people performing the action at one given time. Place a fish gather area. Work area, pardon. Pardon me. Alright. Can't be in the water. Alright, sorry. So sorry. Do something like this. How far out can I zoom? No further than this? Well, me being really used to playing RimWorld is gonna have trouble with this. real trouble. Can I get both trees? Yes, I can. Right there. Gather sticks. This seems like a good stick gathering place. Together they form a mighty bundle of sticks. By default, only one person at a time will go to any given work area, but you can increase this if required. Allow 3 workers to gather sticks. 2 to gather flint. And that was my stick gathering area. Alright. Well done, your people will now continuously gather resources until the limit is reached. Note that berries can only be gathered in summer. Other resources in the game can only be gathered in particular seasons. Does it say that on the resource? Now that you have some raw resources, let's craft some hunting tools with them. The main crafting structure in the Stone Age is the crafter. To build one, select the build option in the main menu. Then the production button. Then the crafter structure. It's a grid based. I've been playing a lot of Foundation, which doesn't have a grid at all, which I honestly really enjoy. Place it there. Wait for your people to build it. To craft tools, select the crafter, then click on the tool recipe. The crafting task will be added to the queue, and one of your people will perform it as soon as they can. Let's craft some wooden spears to hunt animals and some bifaces to butcher them. That was 3, right? Like so. We now have all the tools we need to go hunting. Hunting was a tricky business in Stone Age. Killing a large animal with sticks and stones was no easy feat. You can use words as well. They hurt forever. Use primal vision to find easy prey, highlighted in green. Avoid large animals and carnivores until we have the right tools and manpower. To hunt an animal, select it, then click on the hunting button. Ooh. Primal vision. How about a Megaloceros? Oh, here we go. Mighty hunter. Can I focus camera? What? Okay. Once the animal is been hunted, your people will butcher it and bring the resources to camp. When hunting in this manner, your people will decide how many of them to send based on the difficulty of the prey. Oh. Sometimes you might want more control over your people's actions. You can do this by selecting a few people, then right-clicking on terrain or target. This way you can move people around or assign one or more individuals to a particular task. This is especially useful for hunting at the beginning of the game, when resources and manpower are limited. Send 2 people to hunt the same animal. You're hunting that animal. You can check out the help in the game for more detailed instructions of all the one of the resources you obtain from animals. This is going to take a long time, I think. This is episode 0. You obtain from animals are raw skins. They're used to craft clothing and build structures, among other things. However, raw skins cannot be used directly. You have to dry them first. In order to do this, you need to build skin dryers. Place to... Okay, I thought that was like a building in itself. Do I shift click to place more than one? Yeah. Let's do that. Always keep a stock of dry skins, as they are a fundamental building and crafting material in the early eras. You're correct. In the game, you earn knowledge points. I just learned about this myself. When doing certain actions, hunting new animals, gathering new resources, reaching certain population levels, etc. You can then use them to research new techs, which unlock new structures, plants, or mechanics. The food drying tech unlocks the food dryer, which allows you to process raw meat and raw fish into cured meat and dry fish. These, I'm not going to do that voice. These last for a lot longer and can be stored for the winter in a safe place. Open the text panel, pressing F7. It does have hotkeys. Click to unlock. Is that instant? It is indeed instantaneously. Storage tent. That should be pretty... Let's place that there. Yeah. Production. Food dryer. Let's place that close to the storage tent. Wait for people to produce 1 unit of cured meat and dry fish. So the food dryer and storage tent are done over here. And we can see that the cured meat is very soon to be done, as is the dry fish. And they're loading everything in here. Not sure if raw meat and stuff, if it has a life, like if it gets destroyed if it's outside and rots or stuff. Remember to always dry your food and keep it in the storage structure to preserve it for as long as possible. Do I have any raw meat outside? Manually producing every item is tedious and inefficient. You can right-click on a recipe to toggle continuous production. Your people will then keep on producing the item until the resource limit is reached. So if I click here, enable continuous production of bifaces, wooden spears and wooden harpoons. Your people now continuously produce the tools until the resource limit is reached. Note that some recipes are set to continuous production by default. If everyone is well fed and taken care of, your settlement will reach a high level of welfare and prestige, and more people want to join it. Yeah, because, you know, back in the Stone Age, people joined other settlements and colonies based on the prestige of it. You know, Ukbug went up to the colony of Shit Creek and said, "Hey, you got a nice house? I want to live here." For new people to join the village, you have to build enough resident buildings to accommodate the new population. Otherwise, they will not come. Let's build them fairly close together. Shift click to... something like that. Shift click to place more than one. Wait for your people to build the tents. Now the tents are finished, and new humans will now join your settlement. Note that your settlement can also grow when your people reproduce. This plays a more important role when you reach larger populations, as you can have a large number of births. Do they join from somewhere? You now know the mechanics. Sorry, you now know the basics on how to run a settlement. Where did it say mechanics? Note that there are quite a few other mechanics. There you go. In the game that are not explained here. You can get more info from the loading screen hints, UI tooltips, or in-game help menu that explains all the concepts in the game with a lot more detail.